There's a certain kind of love that feels like coming home in the dark, hands reaching out before eyes can adjust, a quiet knowing that says, "You're safe here." That is the secret language of Cancer. Not the loud kind of romance that demands proof every hour, but the steady kind that remembers your favorite song, notices your tired silence, and holds your heart like it's something sacred. And yet, for all that tenderness, Cancer rarely feels matched in this world. Not because Cancer asks for too much, but because Cancer feels too deeply to settle for something that's only half true. Cancer doesn't fall in love like a trend. Cancer falls in love like a vow, like the moon pulling the ocean toward the shore, again and again, even after storms. If you've ever been a Cancer or loved one, you know the ache of carrying devotion that has nowhere to land. You know what it's like to nurture someone who doesn't know how to receive, to stay soft in a world that rewards armor, to dream of a bond that doesn't just look good, but feels right in the bones. If that speaks to you, subscribe to Signs and Secrets now, because this channel is where sensitivity becomes clarity, where the heart becomes wisdom, and where you learn to stop calling your depth too much and start calling it your gift. Because compatibility for Cancer isn't about perfect photos or smooth conversations or someone who checks boxes. It's about emotional oxygen. It's about being able to exhale without fear. It's about meeting someone who doesn't treat your tenderness like a weakness or your intuition like an inconvenience. Cancer is water, yes, but not shallow water. Cancer is the deep sea, full of memory, devotion, and currents that can heal or drown depending on who enters. And here's the truth most people don't say out loud. Cancer doesn't just want love. Cancer wants belonging, the kind of belonging that doesn't require performance, the kind that makes your nervous system relax, the kind that lets you be quiet without being misunderstood, the kind that doesn't punish you for needing reassurance after you've been disappointed before. So when we talk about the 4 zodiac signs that are a perfect match for Cancer, we're not talking about who's cutest together. We're talking about who can hold the emotional weight of Cancer's heart without dropping it. Who can meet Cancer's loyalty with loyalty. Who can honor Cancer's softness while still bringing strength. Who can love Cancer in a way that feels like the universe finally got the assignment. And before we go further, I want you to make this personal, because your story matters here. In the comments, share your date of birth and your zodiac sign, and if you're comfortable, tell us what kind of love you're calling in right now. Not the fantasy, the real thing your soul is asking for. The first perfect match for Cancer is Pisces, and this connection often feels like 2 souls recognizing each other without needing a translator. Pisces doesn't just understand emotions. Pisces lives in them, swims in them, prays inside them. And Cancer, who has spent so much of life feeling misunderstood, suddenly meets someone who doesn't flinch at tears, doesn't mock sensitivity, doesn't run from depth. Pisces listens with their whole being, not just with ears, but with spirit. A Cancer-Pisces bond can feel like a soft room inside a harsh world. It's the kind of love where tenderness becomes a shared religion. Cancer brings protection, loyalty, and emotional consistency, the steady tide. Pisces brings compassion, imagination, and spiritual warmth, the healing rain. Together, they can create a relationship that feels like a sanctuary. But here's what makes this match truly perfect when it's healthy. Pisces teaches Cancer that love doesn't have to be earned through suffering, that devotion can be gentle. And Cancer teaches Pisces that boundaries don't make you cold, they make you safe. In this pairing, Cancer learns to trust the flow, and Pisces learns to stand on solid ground without losing softness. Still, this match asks for something sacred from both: honesty. Pisces can sometimes escape when reality feels heavy. Cancer can sometimes test love when fear gets loud. The medicine is the same for both: presence, staying, not disappearing into silence, not disappearing into fantasy, but choosing each other even when emotions rise like waves. If you've ever wanted a love that feels like spiritual healing, Pisces is often the sign that meets Cancer in the invisible places, where words don't reach, but energy does. The second perfect match for Cancer is Scorpio, and this is not a light connection. This is a transformational one. Scorpio doesn't do surface-level love, and Cancer doesn't either. So when these two meet, it can feel like a door opening to a room you didn't know existed inside your own heart. Scorpio sees what Cancer hides, not in a threatening way, but in a piercing way. Scorpio has that instinct that goes straight to the truth beneath the smile. And Cancer, who is used to carrying feelings quietly, suddenly meets someone who says, "I know," not "I think," not "maybe," but "I know." This match can feel intense because it asks both people to be real. Cancer wants emotional safety. Scorpio wants emotional truth. And when both are willing to offer those things, the bond becomes unshakable. Cancer softens Scorpio's hardness, reminding them that trust can be warm. Scorpio strengthens Cancer's spine, reminding them that love should not require self-abandonment. But let's be honest, Cancer and Scorpio can also trigger each other's shadows. Cancer can cling when scared. Scorpio can control when scared. Cancer can retreat into mood. Scorpio can retreat into silence. If those patterns take over, it can become a relationship where both feel like they're losing each other while sitting in the same room. The healing here is emotional courage, saying what's true before it becomes poison, choosing vulnerability over suspicion, choosing reassurance over mind games. When Cancer and Scorpio do that, the relationship becomes a fortress, not the kind that traps you, but the kind that protects you from the outside world. A love where loyalty is not a promise, it's a lifestyle. This pairing often feels fated because it changes you. Scorpio doesn't just love Cancer. Scorpio challenges Cancer to evolve, and Cancer doesn't just soothe Scorpio. Cancer reminds Scorpio that softness is not weakness, it's power. The third perfect match for Cancer is Taurus, and this is where Cancer's heart finally meets something steady enough to rest against. Taurus brings grounding. Taurus brings calm. Taurus brings the kind of love that doesn't talk big and vanish later. And for Cancer, who has been let down by inconsistency, this can feel like the first deep breath after holding air for too long. Taurus loves through presence, through actions, through consistency, through showing up when it matters, not just when it's convenient. Cancer, who notices everything, feels everything, remembers everything, begins to relax in a Taurus love because it doesn't force Cancer to guess. Taurus may not always be dramatic with words, but Taurus proves affection in the real world, in routines, in loyalty, in protection, in building a life that feels safe. And something beautiful happens here. Cancer brings emotional warmth to Taurus's practicality. Taurus brings stability to Cancer's emotional tides. Cancer teaches Taurus how to speak the language of feelings more openly. Taurus teaches Cancer that love can be simple and still be profound. But this match also has a lesson. Taurus can be stubborn and Cancer can be sensitive. Taurus may not understand why something small hurts. Cancer may not understand why Taurus needs time to change. The bridge is patience. Cancer learning not to take every pause as rejection. Taurus learning that tenderness is not overreacting, it's communication. When these two get it right, it feels like building a home inside each other. Not just romance, but real partnership. A love that says, "I'm here, I'm not leaving. You don't have to carry everything alone anymore." And if this message is resonating so far, take a second to like the video. It helps this channel reach the people who need these words, especially the ones who feel too much and have been trying to hide it. The fourth perfect match for Cancer is Virgo, and this one surprises people because it isn't built on fantasy. It's built on devotion in the details. Virgo loves with attention. with care, with quiet service. And Cancer, who has been loving everyone else in invisible ways, finally meets someone who notices the invisible. Virgo's love can feel like someone gently organizing the chaos in your mind, not by judging you, but by helping you make sense of what you feel. Cancer is emotional wisdom. Virgo is practical wisdom. Together they can become a healing team. Cancer teaching Virgo how to soften into feeling. Virgo teaching Cancer how to create structure so feelings don't become a storm that rules the whole life. Cancer feels held when Virgo shows consistency. Virgo feels safe when Cancer shows loyalty. And when Virgo chooses Cancer, it's often with seriousness, like they're not here to play, they're here to build. Still, the challenge here is subtle. Virgo can become critical when anxious. Cancer can become withdrawn when hurt. Virgo may try to fix emotions instead of simply holding them. Cancer may interpret Virgo's analysis as a lack of warmth. The medicine is tenderness with communication. Virgo learning that love is not only problem-solving, it's presence. Cancer learning that Virgo's care sometimes speaks in practical ways before it speaks in poetic ones. When Cancer and Virgo meet each other with respect, the relationship becomes a sanctuary of growth. Cancer feels safe enough to bloom. Virgo feels loved enough to relax. It becomes a love that heals quietly, day by day, like sunlight coming through a window and warming the same spot until it becomes home. Join as a member to support the channel and unlock exclusive content. Now take a breath and remember something important. Perfect match doesn't mean effortless. It means aligned. It means the connection has the ingredients for something sacred if both people choose maturity, because Cancer, more than any sign, can romanticize potential. Cancer can love the version of someone that could exist while ignoring the version that keeps showing up. So let this be your gentle warning and your blessing. The right match for Cancer won't only feel intense, it will feel safe. It won't only feel exciting, it will feel consistent. It won't only feel emotional, it will feel respectful. The right match won't make you beg for reassurance like it's a debt you owe. The right match will offer love in a way that makes your body unclench. And if you're listening as a Cancer who has been hurt, if you've loved someone who took your softness for granted, let this remind you that your heart is not a liability. Your devotion is not too much. Your intuition is not dramatic. Your love is rare because it's real. And the people who are meant for you won't punish you for being deep. They'll meet you there. Sometimes the universe doesn't send you a soulmate as fireworks. Sometimes it sends you as a quiet recognition, a calm, a feeling that says, I don't have to perform here. And if you've been chasing love, overgiving, proving, explaining, enduring, maybe this is your sign to stop chasing what confuses your spirit. Because Pisces meets Cancer with spiritual empathy. Scorpio meets Cancer with soul-level loyalty and transformation. Taurus meets Cancer with stability and safety. Virgo meets Cancer with devotion in the details and steady growth. 4 paths, 4 mirrors, 4 ways the universe can say, you don't have to do love alone anymore. And if you're still searching, don't see that as failure. See it as protection. Cancer, you are not late. You are being refined. You are learning discernment. You are learning that love is not supposed to cost you your peace. You are learning that your heart deserves a home that doesn't feel like a battlefield. So keep your standards soft but strong. Keep your boundaries gentle but firm. Keep your faith alive. Not the kind of faith that waits forever in pain, but the kind that believes you can be loved without losing yourself. If this spoke to you, subscribe to Signs and Secrets before you go, and like the video as well. Your support keeps these messages alive and helps the right people find them when they need them most. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.